You want me to do the intro?
No.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast here on FanStream Sports, presented by OrionGolf.com. I am your host, the only host, and the best host of From the Rough, J. John E. Gerber, PGA professional. Over 20 years PGA professional. How was that? Was that good?
I think I might record that and just play that for every intro. What is up, golf fans? Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCar Tim, and as you can see, looking around, there's no Jay Gerber, PGA of America member, 20-plus year PGA of America member, Johnny E. J. Gerber, Esquire. It is just me, or as they say in Spanish, yo. I say yo, but usually I say it differently, or maybe I just got all that wrong, whatever. Welcome into your Monday recap episode of From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. It is the Open Championship, as I almost said British Open, so you know what, I'll just say it, whatever. British Open / Open Championship recap. What an incredible week of golf that we had across the pond over there. And look, I'm not a fan of golf over there. I'm on record as saying that on multiple platforms, not just here. I don't like the courses. I don't like the weather. I don't like the style of golf at all. Not one bit. But you know what? It's a major. I have to treat it like it's a major, even though it shouldn't be. And I will show all the respect in the world to it while it exists. While I, at the same time, fight for its non-existence to get it removed as a major from the PGA Tour schedule. And replace it with literally anything that's played over here would be better. I'm just saying. It is Ryan Fox's week. We will have, even though Johnny's not here, of course, he recorded his, his obligatory recap of his picks. So we will throw those up here towards the end of the show and then let him tell you how it went on the betting card for him this week, what went right, what went wrong. And then all of the golf discussion, you're welcome to talk to me. If you're watching live on our YouTube channels or Facebook or X, you are welcome to throw a comment your way or my way, and we will discuss things with you. If you're listening to the recorded podcast later, either on Monday or throughout the week, wherever you get your podcast, or always on demand at fanstreamsports.com, 214-937-0569 is the number you want to have saved in your phone, not just for From the Rough, but for any one of our shows across the network, across all 4 national regions. 214-937-0569. Yes, it's a Dallas-based number, but it's good for all of our shows. As that is our FanStream Sports Studio text line. It goes to all of the studios, all 4 locations. And you can interact with any of the hosts on any of the shows right there 24/7. It's always monitored. We will forward it to the right person, or if you're just talking from the rough. Make sure, by the way, you tell us who you are and where you're texting from before you give us your great question or great comment. I'm sure what it is. But look, if this is all about the Open Championship, and I'll be very honest, Ryan Fox did not survive the Open Championship. He attacked it. And this was an impressive, very impressive performance by Ryan Fox, for sure. Just one day after barely sneaking into the weekend, he walks out on the 18th tee, tied for the lead, stared directly into a 15-mile-per-hour crosswind, and decided that playing for a playoff was for the birds. Driver, middle of the fairway, approach shot directly at the flag, 11.5-foot birdie putt, center cup, game over. Nobody wants a playoff. Ryan Fox said, the heck with that. What do the Fox say? I hate that song. Anyway, that's what I was thinking of all weekend. Ryan Fox becomes your championship golfer of the year, and he did not back into the Claret Jug. He ripped it out of Scottie Scheffler's hands. And that might have been the best part of this thing, was not just Ryan Fox winning, but Scottie Scheffler not winning.
Scottie Scheffler.
More on that later. But, man, and it wasn't just Scottie. He ripped it out of the hands of a leaderboard filled with major champions, fan favorites, guys who had every opportunity to shut the door on Ryan Fox. None of them could. Ryan Fox, conversely, shut the door on everyone else. And so today I thought we would break down one of the absolute wildest final rounds that not just the Open has presented in years, but any major has presented in years. As Ryan Fox completes his historic weekend comeback, Cameron Young, again, painfully close to finally capturing his first major. Sam Burns watched maybe the biggest opportunity of his career just float away. Scottie Scheffler couldn't buy a putt.
Scottie Scheffler.
Bryson DeChambeau, as I vomit a little bit when I say his name from now on, went from center of the golf world to a complete afterthought and making a 100% complete ass out of himself on international, TV. And then Rory McIlroy spent another Sunday just nowhere near the conversation. But again, this weekend was about Ryan Fox and his amazing accomplishment. He entered the weekend tied for 52nd. 52nd. He was even par after 2 rounds. He barely made the cut. At that point, most guys were thinking about just salvaging a respectable finish, getting a decent paycheck, and getting out of town, back home, wherever that may be, as soon as possible. But apparently Fox had other plans. He fires an 8-under 62 on Saturday, tying the men's major championship record for the lowest recorded round ever. And just like that, the guy who almost missed the weekend was suddenly playing in Sunday's final pairing with alongside Sam Burns, the 54-hole leader. Fox then shoots a final round 68 to finish at 10 under, beating Cam Young by 1 stroke, becoming the third man from New Zealand to win a major championship. He also recorded the lowest 36-hole score in Open Championship history. And that isn't a guy that stole the tournament from anybody. That's a dude who kicks down the front door, takes the jug off the table, and looks at everybody else and says, what are you going to do about it? And you know what? Nobody could do anything about it. And Fox needed every bit of that aggression because Sunday was not exactly just a relaxing walk through the English countryside. He bogeyed the 11th. He briefly looked like he might become the latest player to be swallowed up by major pressure. But instead, he follows that bogey at 11 with birdies at 13 and 14. He caught a nightmare break at the par 3 15th where his ball finished near the back edge of a bunker and forced him to pitch backward. That's the kind of bounce that can destroy a championship. But he was able to limit the damage there with a bogey. How did he answer that? He immediately birdied 16. And for me, that response, after the late bogey, the disastrous number 15, although it could have been a lot worse, that response at 16 with the birdie might have been the most important moment of his entire week. He didn't complain about anything. He didn't look like he lost his composure at all. He didn't let that bad break define his day. He just got the shot back. Bryson. And that's championship golf. Bryson. He reached the par 5 17th, tied with Cam Young. The 17th appeared to be his best remaining birdie opportunity. But he shot a very, I thought, unlike him, conservative iron off the tee, rolling it into the edge of a fairway bunker. He chopped it out, hit his wedge to about 12 feet, and then missed the putt. 1 hole remaining, one of the hardest finishing holes in championship golf. A crosswind moving left to right. out of bounds over on the right. Fairway bunkers ready to swallow anything slightly offline on 18. He could have played it safe, which he had, for some reason, recently done. He could have tried to just protect his par, signed for a 9-under, and waited for a 3-hole playoff against Young. And I would have gotten it. I would have understood that. That also would have been extremely boring. Instead, Fox pulls the driver out. He hammers it 330 yards through a narrow opening between the bunkers. An absolute fearless shot. And then with a pot bunker sitting near the flag, he fires his approach shot directly at the pin and left himself just inside 12 feet. That was even more fearless. Then came the putt. The biggest putt of his life. And on a day when seemingly nobody could make any important moves, this might have been the significant point of the tournament for him. Because how many times have we seen guys walk up to a putt to win a tournament on 18, whether it's a major or not? They walk up to a 3-foot putt, and they sit there and they look at it, and they read it. They walk to the other side of the hole. They read it. They walk to the side. They read it. They walk over to the cup, tap down the edges, maybe move a random leaf out of the way that's in their line, then go read it again. Dude, Fox was having none of that on Sunday. And I applaud this move. He did not overthink this, and it was a significant putt. It's to win the British Open. And it's not a short putt. We're talking 11 and a half feet. Not an easy putt. With all of that pressure on you, on a guy like Ryan Fox. This is not Scottie that's done it 1,000 times. This is Ryan Fox. What does he do? He walks up to the ball. He read the putt. Walks up to the ball and hit the freaking shot. He just hits the putt. Dead center cup. From the time that Sam Burns, who he was playing with, made his putt, okay, to close his round out, to the time Ryan Fox hit his ball, I mean, good God, we've seen tournaments where this is a 3-4 minute process, right? Again, the leader, the presumed winner, about to try to sink the winning shot, whether he's got a 2-stroke lead, a 1-stroke lead, a 3-stroke, whatever. You just see guys overanalyze. From the time Sam Burns' ball went in the cup to the time Ryan Fox hit his ball, hit his putt to win, 22.6 seconds. That was it. Boom. Didn't overthink it. Didn't overanalyze it. He knew what he had to do. And with all of the confidence in the world, 22.6 seconds after Sam Burns made his putt, Ryan Fox goes over there. Dink, middle of the cup. Birdie, victory, Claret Jug. Boom, over. Screw the playoff. Sorry, Cam Young. What's interesting about this is later Fox admitted he wasn't sure how he made the putt. He said he just thinks he didn't give himself enough time to get nervous about it. And that's key. Maybe quickly hitting the ball prevented that moment from overtaking him, from catching up with him. I think a lot of golfers, professional or otherwise, especially professional, can take a page out of that playbook, man. Because sometimes you just got to believe in yourself. Now, I'm not talking about the ridiculous hard putts that are, 10 feet with a 4-foot break. I'm talking about putts like this. Don't let it overtake you. Don't let the putt become the moment. You are the moment. And Fox said, the heck with this. I'm just going to hit the ball. He knew what his read was. Don't overthink the read. But whatever the explanation, Fox produced nearly 3 absolutely perfect shots when anything less would have resulted in a playoff. And some players spend their entire careers waiting for that moment. Ryan Fox said the heck with that. He just went up and he took it. We're going to take a quick break, come back on the other side. We'll talk a little bit about Cam Young, about some of the other guys, and let Johnny tell us about what went right, what went wrong with his picks, because apparently there were some things. And we'll go over his open picks. I'll show those to you again before we let him give his explanation. He will be back with me on Wednesday, by the way. Again, it's just another golf day. Golf takes priority over the show. I get it. When you're a big wig like him, you get all sorts of invites to cushy places. It is what it is. This is From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCar Tim. We're brought to you by OrionGolf.com. More on them later. Back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the J.P. Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out OrionGolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCar Tim. It is a recap Monday. The Open Championship, Ryan Fox taking it from everybody else in amazing fashion. And what I hope we see, maybe this, and of course he's won before, but maybe this is a defining moment for Ryan Fox. I would love that. I would love to see his aggression his aggressive play, his fast play. I won't say fast, but he just doesn't bog the game down. You know, he plays golf the right way, I think. That's just what I think. You guys are welcome to let me know in the comments here underneath the if you're watching on YouTube, let me know what your thoughts are on Ryan Fox's win. I may have said Ryan Clark a couple of times just because I just saw during the break a news report that Ryan Clark has been let go from ESPN. I guess as I was checking news and stuff during the commercial break. And it's kind of so. Look, I used to be a Ryan Clark fan. Not to get off a golf subject here, but I used to be a Ryan Clark guy. Thought he some great analysis. I loved hearing him talk NFL. But the last couple of years, he's fallen off a cliff, and he's become more of a shock jock than anything else, like a Skip Bayless starter kit, for lack of a better example. And he's been just god awful. The funny thing about him getting let go that I saw was that he was on NFL Live earlier today and was let go mid-show. He didn't even finish the show. So I wasn't watching NFL Live. I don't watch ESPN except for their ESPN Plus golf coverage. By the way, it's pretty good. But apparently he was let go like in the middle of the show. He just said, "You're gone. Get out. We don't need." He didn't finish the show. I kind of wish I was watching it because I cheer for chaos on that old 4-letter network. Thought that was great. But anyway, I had Ryan Clark on my brain there for a few minutes. So if I said Ryan Clark instead of Ryan Fox, I apologize. But as cool as all of this is for Ryan Fox, you kind of got a feel for Cameron Young, right? He shot a final round 64 to post 9 under. He had the clubhouse lead. He even bogeyed the 18th. To get to that, to fall to 9 under, and you just thought at the time the final group was very early in the round, and you just thought, man, there's no way that 9 under is going to hold up after that bogey on 18, which as we see is what cost him. And you just thought at the time when he bogeyed it, that it ended any realistic chance of him winning. Even though he was in the clubhouse with the lead, you just thought there's all these guys that have their entire round to go. But as the course continued getting harder and harder throughout the day, the leaders kept stumbling, and then Young's chances looked better and better. And I'm thinking, holy crap, 9 under might get you in a playoff. And it should have. It should have. If not for Ryan Fox's massive 18. When Fox got to 18, I'm thinking there's no way he birdies this. We're going to have a playoff, folks. Young was watching from the practice area, trying to stay loose as Fox teed off on 18. He was hoping for a mistake, and just that Fox mistake never came. His birdie handed Young his second runner-up finish at the Open in 5 tries. And the frustrating part is that Young played winning golf on Sunday. If Young wins this thing, I'm here on the show today telling you that Young took it. Cameron Young absolutely took this tournament. But that bogey on 18, man. And he's obviously reliving that whole entire sequence of events on 18 for himself. And you know what? You shoot a 64 during the final round of a major, that should be enough. The problem is, along with that 64 on Sunday, you shot a 73 on Saturday. And that was just too much ground to give up. There's also going to be other questions about his second shot from the fairway bunker on the 18th. He tried to reach the green, but he caught the bunker face. Just lifted the bunker face, trying to get to the green from the fairway bunker, and it just shot the ball sideways. And when you look at it, and I get it, he was being aggressive. He was trying to take it. But in hindsight, you just play for par, and that gets you into a playoff. But again, hindsight. I never want to fault a guy for playing too aggressive. I really don't. Especially a guy like Cam Young. He was not playing for second place. He was playing to win. And that's the way I love to watch these guys play. And it's hard to criticize his mentality, especially when Fox won the tournament with that same exact aggression. It's just that Fox had the execution. Cameron Young did not out of that bunker. Young takes the risk, and he pays for it. Fox took the risk and became a major champion. And that's how thin the margin can be, boys and girls, especially in major championship golf. But nobody will replay their final round more painfully than Sam Burns. Burns began Sunday with the lead. An even par 70 would have gotten him into a playoff. Instead, he fires a 72 and finishes 2 strokes off the lead behind Fox. He unraveled with 3 consecutive bogeys during the middle of his opening 9. He was able to stabilize it a little bit, but the stabilization was not enough. He finished his championship with 12 straight pars. 12 straight pars. Normally, if you're able to avoid a big mistake over 12 consecutive holes on Sunday at the British Open, that's pretty impressive. But the problem was he didn't need to just avoid big mistakes. He needed a birdie. Especially when you've got somebody chasing you down. When the Claret Jug is sitting there waiting to be claimed, not making a mistake is just not enough. He couldn't create the momentum that he needed. He couldn't make the one putt or hit the one approach shot that would have changed his day. And now this is his 3rd top 10 finish in a major this year. So there's no question his game has reached another level. I've said it on multiple shows this morning that I was on talking about this thing. Sam Burns' time is right around the corner. And when he finally breaks through, watch out. I mean, watch out. We said the same thing about this dude a couple years ago that was waiting for a breakout. His name's Scottie Scheffler. And what happened when he broke out? Man, did he break out. I'm not saying Sam Burns is going to put on a Scottie Scheffler type run, but when it comes, it's going to come. Burns had the tournament in his hands and watched it slip away. That's major championship golf. That's just tournament golf for some people. But I believe Sam Burns is right there. Fox won the tournament, but plenty of guys helped create the opening for him. Scottie Scheffler tied for 4th at 7 under after another week of brilliant ball striking, but what looked to be extremely frustrating putting. He repeatedly gave himself opportunities that he could not convert. Very un-Scottie-like. Well, I take that back. It's been very Scottie-like this year, right? After the first tournament of the season that he won, that's just kind of where he's been. For the first time since 2023, he'll finish the season without winning a major. And that sounds almost ridiculous considering how consistently he's been playing. But as we always say, the standard for Scottie is different. Top 5 finishes are just the expectation. Major trophies are the measuring stick. And that's just the pressure of being Scottie right now. Tommy Fleetwood also tied for 4th after briefly giving the hometown crowd some hope. He reached 8 under during the front 9 before bogeying the 9th, 10th, and 11th. 3 holes, 3 bogeys, dream over. Siwoo Kim actually held the lead by himself at 10 under when he made the turn. And then I think the pressure got to him. Not to say Siwoo Kim can't handle pressure, but again, this is a different kind of pressure. He made 4 late bogeys and he dropped into a tie for 6th. And once again, it was aggressiveness. I think his aggressiveness put him into contention. But then that same aggression, because if you're going to be aggressive, you better damn sure execute flawlessly. That same aggression kind of became a destructive force for him when he could not execute. Ludwig Oberg finished tied for 9th at 5 under. It was just another respectable major result, but he was never really a factor on Sunday. Surprisingly. I think Oberg is another guy. I feel like he's right there. I don't think we overestimated his abilities on the tour. I still think he's a major should be a major contender. I really do. John Hill chimes in here. Thanks, John. Aggregate 2026 major lowest score was Scottie Scheffler at -20. So, yeah, if you want to combine all the majors, he had the lowest score. Do they have a trophy for that, John? Should they have a trophy for that? Maybe that's a new trophy we can think of. I just feel like Scottie would probably win it every year, though, right? Even if he doesn't win the major. Yeah, Scottie didn't play poorly in the majors. He just didn't win one. And that's kind of the story here. But dominating conversation early in the week was none other than Bryson DeChambeau. As I vomit a little bit in my mouth saying his name. And look, for those of you new to the show or that don't know me, I was the biggest Bryson DeChambeau fan. Local kid here in Dallas, went to SMU. He hit balls at the facility that I used to be associated with. Super cool dude. Yeah, you know what, John? That's what the trophy should be. For the guy that has the best aggregate major score every year, a gift certificate to Applebee's. I am right there, baby. Yes! I'll even throw in a free personal appearance for that guy. I'll have dinner with you at Applebee's. How about that? And I'll buy the round of drinks. Bryson DeChambeau, though, for whatever reason, has, in my estimation, just completely fallen out of touch with reality. And I kind of feel like it started a little bit with the body transformation. He wasn't like this at SMU. He wasn't like this when he broke onto the tour. I think it all started with the body transformation. I got no problem with people doing that. But I just feel like his demeanor changed. His whole outlook on golf changed. And then he joins that LIV Tour. And you know what? A bunch of guys joined that LIV Tour. I get it. It's a lot of money. I get it. A lot of those guys regret it. Brooks is back. And there's a lot of guys that want to come back. They don't want to pay the price. I think Bryson's one of those guys. He will never admit it in public. And I just think, I haven't heard this. I'm just speculating. I think he's one of these guys too. But, you know, the comments he's made about if LIV fails, he's just going to live off his YouTube channel. And you know what? I don't know what he makes on YouTube. Way more than I make on YouTube. There's no question about that. I've seen some of his stuff. It's entertaining. But eventually, unless you keep yourself relevant, Bryson, and you're relevant because of your golf career. If your golf career went away and you strictly stuck to YouTube, I guarantee you in 5 years those numbers would dwindle to nothing because you're no longer relevant for the people watching your videos. There's no YouTube golf fans. There's golf fans that watch your YouTube because it's you. If you're no longer you on the tour, why should anyone watch? And he gave us evidence again that he's lost touch with reality as he dominated the conversation, as I mentioned this week, after receiving everyone's calling it a controversial 2-stroke penalty. I don't know how it was controversial. He broke the rules. There's guys out there saying he didn't break the rules. He absolutely did break the rules. John says Sam Burns tied Scottie at -20. Okay, well, I guess I have to buy him both drinks. Me and Sam Burns and Scottie Scheffler, we're going to be talking about SEC golf and football. I know that Texas wasn't in the SEC when Scottie played there, but they're in the SEC now. And LSU. We'll just have a good college football conversation, I guess. Aggies, Tigers, and Longhorns. That's going to go really well. Guarantee I can outdrink all of them. Or have fun trying. Bryson absolutely broke the rules and then argued that he broke the rules. And I don't know why this is controversial. Well, I do know one reason it's controversial. It has nothing to do with Bryson DeChambeau. For those that don't know, he was penalized 2 strokes for improving his swing. As he was in the deep grass. Was this Friday? I think it was Friday. He was on Friday, he was in the deep stuff, as we call it, those of us who live there on golf courses. That's why this show's called From the Rough and not From the Fairway. He walked behind his ball, appearing to look at his line, which there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody does it. But in the process, stomped down some very tall grass that would have been in the way of his backswing. You can't do that. Whether it's your normal routine, doesn't matter. Whether you did it on purpose, doesn't matter. You have to realize where you're at and what you're doing. Because you can do that in the fairway without any penalty, doesn't mean you can do it in the very deep rough without any penalty. If you need to get behind your ball, you better walk 6 to 10 feet behind your ball and look at your line. You need to stay away from anywhere in your swing area. Because the R&A does not care if you did it on purpose. And they have actually come out and said they don't think he did. I'll contest that. I think he did it on purpose. Does that make him bad or no? He's trying to get an advantage. And then he got caught. And then he cried about it. He threatened to withdraw from the British Open when you're in contention. Or early contention. He admitted that he considered withdrawing. So you're going to just take your ball and go home because you got caught. That is not the Bryson DeChambeau that I know. And I don't like it. I like the old Bryson. I need the old Bryson back. Because I've said on record, if he never shows up in another damn PGA tournament again ever, I'm fine with it. I don't care. If I never hear his name again, I'll be fine with it. And that sucks because I was a big fan of his, especially when he and Brooks were beefing. Thought that was funny. I loved that. Whether that was real or not, I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. But I hate this for Bryson, man. But there's no controversy here. He freaking cheated, and he got caught. And then he said, after, I guess, deciding for the better to not withdraw and to continue playing, that it lit a fire under him. Well, apparently that fire didn't last very long because he was having distance control problems. His wedge play was non-existent. He had a triple bogey at 11 that ended any realistic hope of a comeback on Sunday. He finished tied for 14th at 4 under. And, of course, because this was the only major that he made the cut in all year. By the way, I had plus 135 for him to miss the cut. That also irked me a little bit. Because he was going for, let's see, I've heard some call it the golden sombrero. I've heard others call it the rough slam, where you miss the cut. He would have been only the, second golfer since 1998 with a multiple major champion that missed the cut in all 4 majors in 1 year. And I was rooting for it. I was cheering for it. That's how bad of a place Bryson DeChambeau is in my brain, right? My golf brain right now. He finished now out of the top, without a top 10 finish in every major. Again, of course, because this was the only one that he made the weekend in. And for someone who spent the opening rounds as the tournament's main character, Bryson became absolutely invisible when it was time to decide the trophy. John Hill chimes in again. His initials are bad, B-A-D. Liv has changed this golfer. Look, I think the change started before Liv. Like I said, when he started the body transformation, I kind of think that's when things started happening for Bryson in the negative. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But it is what it is. Rory was less than relevant this week. He finished tied for 40th at 1 under, final round 71. He never seriously contended, was never near the top of the leaderboard. He was never in the conversation. And now he's got 2 consecutive disappointing major performances. Does he care? I just don't know that Rory cares anymore. He's got his career slam. It really looks to me, and again, speculation, haven't heard anything. It looks to me, to my trained golf eyes, Rory just doesn't care anymore. Like, he wants to play competitive golf, I think. But not nearly to the point that he did before he got the slam, right? Before he won his first Masters. That's just how it appears to me. And I love Rory. Rory's my dude. But we know he's not this bad of a golfer. That's just the feeling I get. It's like he's got more important things, and that's fine. Same thing could be said of what's going on with Scottie. Scottie's, by the way, we need to get into this on Wednesday with Johnny around. Scottie's made some very shocking comments publicly that I've heard that shows he may just not care about golf anymore. He may not care about anything anymore for some reason. I don't know what's going on with Scottie. We might get into that on Wednesday. Next year's Open is played at St. Andrews. You can circle that week on Rory's calendar. You know he's going to want that one, but wanting it for Rory is not going to be good enough. He's going to have to play significantly better than he's played most of this year. Definitely better than he did at Royal Birkdale. So that's where I'm at with all these guys. Look, the 2026 Open belonged to the guy nobody was talking about on Friday night. Ryan Fox was 52nd after 36 holes. 2 days later, he's holding the Claret Jug. It's always good when you got an opportunity to hold a jug. Whether it's the Claret Jug, whether it's a jug of beer, whether it's a couple of jugs. Thank you. I'm here all week. But that's the beauty of, and the cruelty at the same time, of championship golf. Cameron Young played the round of his life, and he lost. Sam Burns protected the course instead of attacking it, and lost. Scottie Scheffler hit the ball beautifully, and lost. Tommy Fleetwood had the crowd behind him, and lost. Siwoo Kim touched the lead for a minute and then immediately gave it away. Ryan Fox stood on the 18th tee with danger staring him right in the face, and Ryan Fox chose violence. He hit the driver, he fired at the flag, he made the putt. That's how you win a major. Not by waiting for the trophy to come to you, by taking it. Ryan Fox is your champion golfer of the year, and that final hole birdie is going to live forever in major history and in golf history. And that's where we are, boys and girls. That's going to do it for us today. Appreciate everybody tuning in to our live show, the Johnny Free live show. Sometimes y'all prefer it that way. I don't know why. I like when he can carry the show and I get to talk less. I'm sure everybody appreciates when I get to talk less. Oh, wait, we forgot to go over his picks. I'm sorry. We got to do his picks now. My bad. Should have done this earlier. So let's look at what his picks were here, first of all, for you guys. As I almost tried to, don't tell him I tried to forget. These were his winners: Justin Rose, Colin Moore, a coward, and Ludwig Oberg. His ham sandwich, Patrick Reed at 50-1. Russell Henley plus 430. Patrick Cantlay at plus 625 were his top 10s. Joaquin Neiman at plus 220. Harris English at plus 350 were his top 20s. He gave us Corrales picks, too. I don't know if he's getting into those in the video. I honestly haven't listened to it yet. But let's hear what Johnny had to say about his picks this week.
What is up, everybody, on a crazy, crazy Monday? Recap of the British Open and the tournament down in Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. What a couple great events on the side. If you really do like golf on the betting side, for us, another disappointing week. Dual event, back-to-back weeks of dual events. We just didn't have a great opportunity to win. Like we talked about before, the PGA Tour was 54-hole tournaments, boy. I tell you what, we would be cashing every single week, but unfortunately, they do play 72 holes on the PGA Tour. But again, another opportunity lost. We did cash a ticket at the British Open, and all of you guys saying it's the Open Championship, well, no, to me, it's the British Open. On Russell Henley, a nice little Sunday charge to get us in that top 10. Only ticket that we did cash. But if you look at the field, how we had it handicapped, really the only person that we had an opportunity at the British Open to win going into Sunday was our guy Ludwig Oberg. But, man, I don't know what. Is it that we have too much high expectations from this guy, or am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing something. But if you look at his fourth round average, when he has an opportunity to win a tournament, it's lackluster. He just doesn't get it done. And an opportunity, if there was any opportunity sitting there at 6 under to shoot 4 or 5 under to win the golf tournament, he just couldn't do it. Shoots over par again in the last round of a tournament, especially a major championship. So I don't know. I got to reevaluate him. And, you know, like we always talk about, maybe the week that we don't pick him is the week that he wins. So he's still going to be on our card, and I'm not going to give up on him yet. I just think he needs to have a little bit more dog in him. But going into that, like I said, only ticket that we cashed was Russell Henley. We did go 4-2 on our matchup. So we did get back a little bit there on 4-2 on our matchup. So another stellar weekend on our matchups. I don't have the totals with us right now. As you can see, I'm traveling. But again, Punta Cana, what another great week in Punta Cana dual event. We talked about this last week. I played in the event before. So I thought I had a pretty good pulse. You know, going into the week, going into the Sunday, look at Ben James sitting there a few shots back, an opportunity to win. Blades Brown, an opportunity with Mackenzie Hughes, Joel Damon, all three of those guys, an opportunity to jump in that top 10. They just couldn't get it done. I mean, it's 54-hole curse. Or is it the 72-hole curse? I don't know. Maybe we'll call it the 72-hole curse on the PGA Tour. Maybe I should start betting live. I don't know. There are only 54 holes, and we might do well there, but I'm not sure. But not another great week, guys. I don't know what to say. I keep saying we're close, and we are close. A lot of golf left, so hang in there with us. So many more opportunities to make some money as we continue to kind of get the back end of the PGA Tour season. We are going to recap the 3M Championship on Wednesday with my man Tim Ham, like we always do on FanStream Sports. So go to fanstreamsports.com or wherever you watch your podcast, 5 p.m. Central on Wednesday. And looking forward to talking to you guys then and previewing the 3M Championship. Have a great Monday, guys.
There he goes. There is the man with the plan, Johnny Gerber, talking about his picks, his betting picks. I think he said preview, or recap, but I think, of course, he meant preview on Wednesday. It's Preview Wednesday. He and I will be back on the show previewing that for you. And that's going to do it for us today here at From the Rough. Was Ryan Fox's birdie on 18 the best major championship finish of the year? And which player should be more devastated, Cam Young or Sam Burns? Drop your comments, your answer in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe for a lot more golf news, major championship reaction, and unfiltered analysis by me. For Johnny and everybody here at FanStream Sports, thanks for watching. And until next time, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.